to take a moment to ... pause with purpose. And the ... does represent the new topic that I bring to you each and every week that I hope will give you a moment to pause and think about what I'm saying and perhaps be provoked to tweak perspective just a little bit, because sometimes the smallest changes can have a lasting impact going forward. Each week I come to you completely dependent on the Lord. It's been like that for quite some time. He's had to teach me to trust him, and it started with this podcast and now has grown into other areas of my life. It's all good. It's been a time of trust. It's been a time of fear sometimes. It's been a time of exhilaration and realizing things are worthwhile when the Lord is in it. You can find me on my YouTube channel, Take a Moment to ... pause with purpose, and on podcast stations such as Apple and Spotify. Again, Take a Moment to ... pause with purpose. And I would love it if you would like, subscribe, and share. That would help grow the channel. It would mean a lot to me. But also feel free to comment. I do enjoy the comments back and forth. And if you're new to the channel, I welcome you. And if you've been with me for a while, I thank you for your encouragement and support. This week is take a moment to become comfortable with being misunderstood. Yes. We've come so far. For weeks now, I've been talking about, guard your new season, protect your peace, stop over-explaining yourself. And it's all for a purpose. And it's the Lord's hand is in this because I don't prepare anything ahead of time. And when we change, when we shift, it's very difficult for people to wrap their heads or their hearts around the new versions of us. I've seen it in my own life. But we have to choose. We have to choose to accept this new person that we are and the boundaries that we have set up in life that are important to us to continue to go forward and build a life in the direction that we want it to go and not be so subservient or succumb to the pressures of other people. And it's important that understand that people will misunderstand us. And we do have to get comfortable with that. It's painful. It's painful to be misunderstood. Been there, done it, have many t-shirts. But we have to do this. And especially when it's, important people in our lives, family members, loved ones, close friends. When they are not on the same trajectory as we are, the same journey we are, nobody's on our journey, it's our journey. It can be very upsetting, and when they rebuke us, when they reject us, and they misunderstand us. But it's all part of the journey. And it's painful to have people walk away. It's painful to people to be nasty and put us down when they are misunderstanding the growth that we've had and the journey that we're in. It's, like I said, it's our journey, not theirs. And we have to choose. Are we going to continue moving forward, or are we going to acquiesce to the demands of other people? And when you've come far, it's easier to say, I'm going forward. I can see it in my own life. Like I said last week, I don't recognize myself. I am totally different. People have noticed it in me. I'm holding myself differently. There's a confidence in me that wasn't before. There's a joy and a laughter that wasn't there before. It's now more obvious and more frequent than it was before. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm smiling a lot more, which I was so mired in the challenges of life, the disappointments of life, the just things that didn't go my way, or expecting God to do something and it didn't happen the way I expected or at all. It doesn't mean it's not going to. It just means that I was in a time of preparation and positioning for where the Lord is taking me. And I've had to come to this place of realization and maturity to understand that. So now I believe I am in a position to look at things differently, and I can see it in life, and I can see it in day-to-day life. And we are to die daily. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to become more and more like Jesus Christ. And in dying daily, we're letting go of the old. And that's important. Now, one of the things I have done that's very different, and it's like so obviously different to me. One of the things that I had a lot of difficulty doing in my old self was asking for help. I mean, was I afraid of rejection? Was I afraid of them saying no? Just all kinds of crazy things go through our head. Was it pride? I don't know. But the other day, I reached out to someone and asked for advice. And I got together with them. And it's been like a long time coming to get together, but it happened. And I believe God has perfect timing for everything. We got together yesterday and we had a wonderful conversation. And he said, "What's going on in your life?" And I told him. And I told him what I was happening, I needed advice for. Well, long story short, it was more than advice. He offered to help me on different fronts, which I was so pleasantly surprised and so grateful for that he would extend himself on my behalf to other people. And he's supporting me in my work and in other areas, as I said. And that would not have happened if I was still the old person. I had to make a choice that I was never going to go back there again because I said I will never go back and pick up those old habits anymore. You know, if we do the same thing over and over again, it's the expect a different result. That is the definition of insanity, and it's like, no, thank you. So it was a milestone moment for me, and I was so grateful, but also grateful for the Lord for healing me. Now, healing is a big part of this whole process. And often people misunderstand the healing we've gone through. Like I said, it's our journey. And when we're healed, there's a strength that comes through us that we may not have known before. And we could be uncomfortable with ourselves and misunderstand ourselves. And oh gosh, I think I'm getting into one of those revelations. And it's like, not only have others misunderstood me, I've misunderstood myself. Oh, wow. Huh. Like I said, there's been a lot of disappointment, a lot of challenges in life. And when I was young, very young, I once asked my mother, what was I like as a child? And she laughed and she said, "You were very joyful. You laughed all the time." And I said, "When did that change?" And she said, thought about it, said, "When you started school." Because there was so much punishment, there was so much emotional trauma and abuse, physical trauma and abuse. And that took hold. And I got put in the dumb row so much I didn't want to do that anymore, so I never talked anymore. And I had to let go of all of that. God had to go deep within me, and I've allowed Him to go deep within me to heal me. Now, what is wonderful is that I have a sensitivity toward those who are grappling with that kind of pain. Jesus came to heal the brokenhearted, and I thank God that He did it with me. And now I can look back and see the way I behaved and how I'm behaving now, and it's all good. It's all positive, but a blessing comes out of it because I am so sensitive to those who are dealing. And it's our choice to ask the Lord to help us. And I had to surrender everything to Him. You know, before I would like surrender, pick it up again, surrender, pick it up again. But I drew a line in the sand and I said, never again. I'm not going back. And people can misunderstand me because of that. And also, I've set up boundaries and I won't cross them. I won't let other people cross them. Again, people will become uncomfortable with that, and I'm comfortable with being misunderstood on that because I know what's right for me and I have to stand by that. And it's important to stand by the boundary we've set up. And people misunderstand this, but no more. I've gotten to the point that I love myself. And it's not pride that's saying that, it's revelation that's saying that. Because Jesus loves me. And if He loves me, then I must be lovable. There must be things about me to love. And I've been discovering more and more things about myself. And I ask that you search and ask the Lord to help you as well. And in this growth and in this maturity and in this coming into this place of surrender and accepting this new person and dealing with the pain of being misunderstood, I've asked the Lord to just embrace me. Always let me know He's there, and He does. And this going deeper with Him was so important because in order to step over the threshold into this season that I'm in now, as I said, there's been a lot of preparation, a lot of time changing and transforming, like the caterpillar to the butterfly. But it was necessary. And I can look in the mirror now and I like what I see. I didn't do that before. I always found fault. Are there things that need to be improved? Of course there are. But overall, there's a confidence that I have. And I'm just kind of thinking of a funny story. I don't know why this is coming to me. But my niece has a daughter. At the one time, I think she was 12 or 13. You know, they're just getting interested in boys and girls. They're just getting into each other. She had a romance with a little boy, you know, her age. And I don't remember what happened, but they broke it up. They broke up. And it's like, what, after a month or so, which can seem like an eternity when you're 12. But she said, his loss, with such confidence. This little 12, 13-year-old said, his loss. And she didn't care that he misunderstood her at a young age. How precious is that? How special is that? To have that kind of ability. And it wasn't like a facade either. She meant it. And she's got the love and support of her mother and family. But embrace who you are. And now, wow, I'm getting emotional. You know, a merry heart does good like a medicine, and when we are in the presence of the Lord, there is fullness of joy. And I feel that joy now. I feel that, oh my goodness. The presence of the Lord is so strong. And I'm so grateful. Bear with me. We have been through so much. And you know what? In this newfound joy, people will misunderstand you as well. But let go of the pain of being misunderstood. Embrace new you. And I really feel that the Lord is releasing joy right now. It's time. And I ask the Lord to meet you where you are, to give you the strength of character, to know that it's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to step forward into the new person that you are, and that it's okay to say no to others and say yes to yourself. And let the joy of the Lord bubble up deep within you. There's a scripture that's coming to me. My beloved, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in health even as thy soul prospers. Prosperity is more than money. It's joy. It's balance. It's your soul prospering. That's the fleshly part, the mind. Letting God in and taking over and not giving way to the lies of the enemy invading our mind and everything that goes with that. And that's where the soul prospers. And there's so much joy in that. We mature, we grow. And it may not be easy for others and it may not be easy for us. But we must stand strong and believe with every fiber in our being that we are on a wonderful trajectory and we have been prepared and positioned for this moment in time to take hold of our destiny, to take hold of all that we are. And we can't do that if we're holding on to the old. We have to fully commit to moving forward. And even though others, as I said, misunderstand us, it's okay. It is okay. Because you know what? It takes a lot of energy. It is exhausting to try and please other people. We've grown beyond that now. Focus on the Lord, focus on yourself, and do not worry about being a people pleaser anymore, or wondering or trying to acquiesce to other people's ways of forcing you to do other things that you don't want to do. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to be you and choose to let go of those that are no longer benefiting you in your life. Again, surround yourselves with people who support you, just like I did with the individual I met with who offered to help me. I'm surrounding myself with people who are encouraging. You need to do that. I need to do this time of transition and transformation. So, I encourage you to take a moment to become comfortable being misunderstood.